much higher density than nuclear density. You have something nobody on Earth has ever seen before. This has relevance to thinking about the Big Bang theory, about the creation of not the creation, but the beginning of our universe. Because the idea there is that all the matter was in one place. It was tremendously dense, and it expanded out, and all these planets and solar systems, etc., has been created from the Big Bang. The Big Bang was something much more dense than anything we see on Earth. So by making this system that's much more dense than anything we've ever seen on Earth before, we expect to learn something about the early universe, and we expect to learn something about the quark-gluon model.
The quark?
Quark. Okay. You know, there's four quarks in a gallon.
Okay.
Our ducks go quark. well, physicists think that there are 3 quarks in a proton.
Okay.
And 3 quarks in a nuclei. These are different kinds of quarks. You can't get them from your milkman.
Okay. Is this what you've been doing up in Brookhaven?
That's right, yes.
Up in New York?
Yes.
And how's it been going? Have you discovered the Big Bang?
Actually, this is a little bit strange. We have, let's say you're scattering gold on gold. And gold has 197 nucleons in it, protons and neutrons. So you basically have something with about 400 particles each when they collide. Now, at the moment that it's just like the beginning of the universe. At the moment they collide, you have this high density matter. And so that gives you the possibility of creating many particles. So we have 50,000 particles come out, or 5,000 particles come out of this one collision. So you want to know what's going on in that collision. Well, in order to figure out what's going on in that collision, what you have to do is you have to track every one of these particles, determine what it is, whether it's a pion or a kaon or some strange particle, strange being a quantum number, or whatever, and then you have to trace it back to see if you can make some sense of what caused it. And the main thing that you see are jets, where a whole bunch of particles fly out in one direction, and usually some particles fly out in exactly the opposite direction, but it's a preferred direction. And you try to correlate this with some kind of aspect of the quark-gluon model and the collision process. And this, in general, you can make some kind of ideas about how this works, but we have really not made much progress on understanding the fundamental properties of the quark-gluon plasma. See, the quark-gluon plasma is where coral symmetry is again conserved. It's like going from ice to water and water to steam. You make a change of state. Now, when you go to the quark-gluon plasma, you have more degrees of freedom, so it's a completely different state of matter. So you want to study that state of matter to see what's going on and to try to understand, our state, just understand nature in general. And these are the first experiments to try to do that.
Wow.
But I make fun of it.
Oh, really? So
yes, because what do you have? It's just like if you're a farmer and you go out into the field and you pick up a cow pie, and you pick up 2 cow pies and you throw them at each other, and they hit, and just, I don't like to use this word, but shit flies everywhere. And what we're doing is we're looking at every little teeny speck of this stuff and trying to go back and figure out what's going on. And it's overwhelming. The amount of data that we take, if you put them on CDC, on DVD discs without the covers on them, Just collect the data and stack these disks on top of each other. Last year, we took enough data to fill up DVD disks, and when stack them on top of each other, they would go from here to the moon and then halfway again.
Wow.
There's so much data we can't possibly use it. I mean, we just don't have the facility for using that much data. So we have these meetings and try to decide what data to keep and what data to throw away, and they're political. You know, I want to keep a certain amount of data for one experiment, you know, one idea. Somebody else wants something else. And it's interesting. You have these political arguments about science.
I guess only physicists like yourself can really understand what you're even talking about. Fred, we have to close this show out, but I want to ask you if you want to continue with one more show and go a little bit more into some other interesting aspects of your life. So thank you very much, and we're going to take a little break. Good evening, and welcome to Louisville Late Night. This evening we're in lovely Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and we're privileged to have
so happy we alive, we together can survive. Stop the bullshit, stop the lies, and now's the time to legalize. Tell me brother, tell me true, what the hell we gonna do? Remember the days we saw purple haze. 1 and 1 is 3. Hey, hey, baby, what you do to me? We so happy, we alive, we together can survive. Mother Nature, heaven sent, don't belong to government. Hey there sister, what's the plan? Do you really understand? Remember the days we saw purple haze. 1 and 1 is 3. Hey, hey, baby, what you do to me? We so happy, we alive, we together can survive. Stop the bullshit, stop the lies, now's the time to legalize. Half the world up in smoke, where on earth